Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Rewind Night. It's your girl, Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Alright guys, today we're going to be going over the latest episode of Godfather of Harlem, Season 3, Episode number 10. And this is the long-awaited season finale, okay? This episode was called Our Black Shining Prince. Okay guys, so I was going to go character by character, but honestly, I'm going to be pretty much going back and forth between Bumpy and Chin and then talk about the other characters in between, okay? So, starting with Bumpy. The episode starts off with Bumpy, right? And he's telling Wild Bill that he's going to be a good boy from now on, I promise. He tells Wild Bill that his daughter means everything to him and he's going to cooperate from now on. So Wild Bill is buying this crap, right, guys? But we know better, right? Unfortunately, so did Jose Battle, because he tells Wild Bill that Bumpy is up to something and he can't be trusted. So after Jose had to basically beat it in his head, Wild Bill says, okay, I'll have Bumpy tailed just in case. So meanwhile, we got Chin pretty much doing the same thing that Bumpy's doing. He's pretending to go along with things for the sake of carrying out him and Bumpy's plan. So he's sitting there with Columbo in Battle, and they're discussing the plans of where and when they're going to receive the shipment. And that is going to take place on Randall's Island. Columbo later tells Chin that receiving the shipment at Randall's Island was Stella's idea. He also told Chin that Stella has been advising him and that she's a smart girl with the face to match. And of course, this took everything in Chin not to go upside Columbo's head. He also shares this with Bumpy later on, and Bumpy just reminds Chin to keep his cool. But guys, I liked Chin's plan, okay? The one where they just kill them all. But of course, you know, Bumpy's plan was the better option, yeah. So anyway, in the same way that Jose warned Wild Bill that Bumpy is up to something, Stella does the same for Joe. She tells Joe that the things she's hearing him say about Chin doesn't sound like her father. She immediately gets up and tells Columbo that she thinks they should stop fooling around because her father is lying about being okay with their relationship. So Joe leaves, but later on, Stella comes to the office and she tells Joe that she's using the ticket to Paris that he gave her and she's out of here because she doesn't want to see him die. She tells Joe that her father will crush him. Of course, this makes him pissed off, right? And he ain't trying to hear what she has to say. You know, because he says he's worked too hard on this deal to just walk away and for her to be leaving. So she tells him that she will try one last time at saving his life, right? One last attempt. Wish me luck. All I could think of was, what the heck are you up to now, Stella? Like, she was really starting to get on my nerves. So she goes to her father and she asks him to promise her that he won't kill Joe. Then she tells him that she's leaving to go to Paris. But Chin says, no, don't leave, you know, stay here. Olympia's gone and you could stay here and work for me, right? He kind of looks over at his brother and like, you know, she's smart, right? And I thought this was a pretty cool turn of events, but we never saw Stella say yes, but I'm assuming she did, right? And I also like the idea of her working for her father. So anyway, guys, back to Bumpy, right? So we see Bumpy go to see Morgenthau. He actually interrupts a meeting between Morgenthau and Pike where Morgenthau was getting in Pike's behind about not following up on investigating the 5 families just to take down a civil rights leader. And of course, he was talking about Malcolm X. So Bumpy comes in and he tells Morgenthau about this CIA guy named Wild Bill who has been shipping narcotics to the U.S. He tells Morgenthau that he'll serve up Wild Bill and the location of the shipment for a deal of immunity. So a deal is made, right, guys? But unfortunately, Wild Bill was tailing Bumpy, so he knows all about the deal with Morgenthau. And he comes to the roof to confront Bumpy and Chin about it. But guys, remember when I said unfortunately Wild Bill was tailing Bumpy? Yeah, well, it was unfortunate for him, okay? Because Chin and Bumpy tag team his butterball behind and they pushed him right the freak off the roof, okay? And it was a bad fall too, guys, okay? Like, he hit something on the way down and his guts just burst open. It was crazy, but it's exactly what he deserves, you know, that's what he gets. Trying to come up there to the roof making some freaking demands. Like, who the heck you think you are? And one thing that I loved about that scene was how Chin and Bumpy gave each other that eye contact before they pushed him. I was like, yes, this is freaking priceless. But anyway, so guys, by the end of the episode, Bumpy and Chin go to Randall's Island and they warn Joe and Jose that the feds are coming. They tell them that Wild Bill set it all up, right? But Jose doesn't believe it and he wants to kill Chin and Bumpy. But, Joe wasn't having that, especially the part about killing a boss. So when Jose points the gun to Bumpy, the feds are already on their way, but Joe pushes the gun and stops Jose from shooting Bumpy. So by the end of it all, arrests were made, and Chin and Bumpy, they get let go. And as Bumpy and Chin celebrate and laugh over their victory, Bumpy tells Chin that he's out of the game and Harlem is his. But before Chin could respond, the breaking news that Malcolm has been killed comes over the radio. And that brings me to Malcolm, guys. Like, this is a dreadful thing to talk about, okay? But first, let me make a few points about this episode, right? So also in this episode, we see that Elise is doing fine, thank God, We also see Mamie get fired because there's a new director at Harwin or whatever the heck that organization is called. And, this was a sneak attack because Adam Clayton Powell didn't even know about it, right? And speaking of Clayton Powell, he's also back. And LBJ wants him to help him with the education bill. But we also hear Adam tell LBJ that he woke up with this bad feeling, And of course he was right about it because Malcolm is killed that day. So Adam says, he's got to go home now because his people need him. And I, for one, guys, I like LBJ's quote when he tells Adam that you can kill a man, but not his ideas. I'm not sure if that's the exact quote, but it's pretty close, okay? He tells Adam that Malcolm's ideas will live on, and Adam will see that. But anyway, guys, I'm not going to have too much more to say about Malcolm, okay? We knew it was coming, and it was just sad. I wish that Chance and Pettigrew would have made it to the ballroom, but this was a well-planned hit, and they were stopped by the feds or the CIA, right? And they placed them in cuffs, okay? So, these guys, they just wanted Malcolm dead, and that's the bottom line. And they weren't going to stop until it happened. And I don't know if Malcolm and Betty were really planning to go to China after the ballroom speech. Like, I don't know if that's really what happened in real life, but if that's the case, that is so, so freaking sad, and how little too late, you know what I mean? But yes, guys, Malcolm died this episode, and even when he left his office, he seemed like he just knew it was the last time. Like the way he was looking around, the way he looked at the picture of his kids, it just looked like he kind of knew, you know what I mean? Also, Brother Omar, he stayed true, guys, which I'm happy about. I ain't trust him. But toward the end, I felt like I could trust him, but I was still afraid to. But I'm happy that he stuck it out with them. All right. But I hated the final scene after Bumpy leaves the morgue, right? We saw Bumpy go to the morgue and, talk to Malcolm's dead body. We hear Bumpy tell Malcolm that he will have his vengeance. But we also hear him tell Malcolm that he's going to be what Malcolm wanted him to be, right? And after Bumpy leaves, the part that I hated the most was that we got this slow progressing close-up of Malcolm on the slab with his mouth open. And it was just too much, guys. Like, it wasn't really the mouth open part. It was just the fact that, yeah, he really looked lifeless. And I believe that I saw the real picture of Malcolm X like that. And yeah, it was just a lot, and that's all I have to say about that. It's not looking like this is the final season, so I am expecting to see Godfather of Harlem season 4, and I'm ready to see. Like, I want to know what's gonna happen. Is Bumpy really gonna quit the game like he told Chin, or is he gonna be back? You know what I mean? I don't know, but I'm ready to watch some more, and we'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, that is the recap. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Until next time, you guys take care and be blessed. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.